Well, it is a very wet start of February. I was going to show you guys how all the asparagus from the snows really weighed down the snows really weighed down the asparagus. But I wanted to show you this. This is unbelievable. Our pond was actually about 4 feet down below our spout, below our drain spout. But not only am I going to show you below the pond, but I want to show you, look at the amount of water coming off of my hill over here. But look how much rain we've gotten in the last 24 hours. It is really, really coming down. And you can see on top of the hill up there how the water is really coming off of the field from up above. We have gotten a tremendous amount of water here on the farm. It's just, and you can see it's coming, you know, slowly even into these areas here, how it's ponding up. Even our front yard has some ponding. But I mean, this, you know, I'm happy because we're going to irrigate out of this pond, and we need the water. And you know, our fall rains just don't happen very much, but yeah, it's already filled up beyond. There's some geese out there. Yeah, they're out in the cornfield. But yeah, this is beautiful. And look at old White Dog looking all majestic and everything. Well, folks, now Delia's going to plant some cabbage today. If you like these types of videos, please hit the like button and subscribe. We'd love to have you, and come grow with us.
Alrighty, so I'm here. This is where we keep all of our seeds, in these plastic containers, and that's just to ensure that little rodents don't get into them. And then I have things further organized into Ziploc bags. Like, these are all my different tomato seeds. And what I'm looking for is the onion seeds, peppers, lettuce. What else do I have? Chard, squash and zucchini, pumpkins. There's a big bag of lettuce. These are the things that I planted the other day in the small high tunnel. I planted some radishes. All right, so I found my onion bag, and this one has onions and carrots and kale and chard. But today I'm just going to be planting bunching onions. And I have green ones. And I found some red bunching onions. So I'm going to be planting green bunching onions and red bunching onions. So the same thing as the other day, mixing this really dry potting soil and with some water, and just getting a good consistency. I have the garage door closed today because today is not as nice as it's been the last few days, and it's rainy and it's damp and it feels a lot cold. Okay, I think that's good. So I'm just going to fill my trays. Now this one I did not sift it because it's not as critical to get all those little sticks out. Okay. So this is my green bunching onions, and I didn't bring stickers with me. I should, but let me dry my hands a little bit. As you can see, these are itty bitty little seeds too. And because of the color, you probably won't even see where they are, but I just sprinkle them around. then I just kind of move the dirt around just to cover them a little bit. And I probably planted about 100 seeds in there. All right, so that is the green. Like I said, I have red bunching onions. Not those. Let's find the right ones. Red bunching onions. Okay. And I just bought a smaller envelope of these. Like it's 250 seeds in here because I wasn't sure how they would do. And sometimes these envelopes are so... Let me go get a blade so I can open some. I am back. And they're just like the green ones. These you can actually see they have like a reddish tinge to them. So I'm just going to sprinkle those on top. And if they do well, I'll get some more. But this is the first time I grow red bunching onions. All right. And the same thing as with the other ones, you want to make sure the seeds stay moist. Because if they dry and get wet and dry and get wet, they will not work properly. They will not germinate properly. All right, so I'm going to go put them in my growing chamber. And the onions I'm not going to put them in the heating mat because I'm using those for the tomatoes, and they don't need them as warm to germinate as the tomatoes do. So I am just going to leave them here. So I'm going to carry one tray over at a time. And I don't know if you can hear it raining, but it's raining again. Okay. So here's my chamber, and I'm just going to put these up in the top where I have room. And let me look at the other one. And the other ones look pretty good. Let me see how they're doing as far as moisture. Yep, the trays are pretty dry. So I'm going to put water in the bottom trays of all these today. And I think that's it for today. It's just, I'm not too keen on cold temperatures, and it is chilly out here. I hope this was filming because when I looked at the screen, it was dark. So all right, that's it for today, and tomorrow I'll see what I can plant for tomorrow. I'll have a great day, and like usual, come grow with us.
Well, coming up here, I gotta close this curtain. I didn't close it yesterday. I didn't think it was gonna rain. There we go. Let me close this side. I got it too wet in here. That's on me. As the sports players say, my bad. If you see that ponding down there, I need to get in here and shape the land and drain that area off. We just can't have, we're just too high right here. So I need to pull some of this dirt off of here. Move it so the water can drain out of my building. Look who it is. Come here, buddy. He says, I ain't coming near this old camera.
Good morning. Today I'm going to be planting some cabbage. I first need to get the soil ready. It's like you saw the other day, it's very dry. We need to add a lot of moisture to it to get it ready to go into the trays. We have another chilly day, another rainy day. Compared to temperatures we had about a month ago, this is the Caribbean's here right now, but it's still very cold for me. So let's get to it. I need to go to the room where I have all my seeds stored and find the cabbage and the broccoli, and let me look and to see what else I can plant. I want to plant all the cold to cool weather plants today. The problem we've had in the past is that I've started them too late, so by the time they're getting ready to start making their heads for the cabbages and the broccoli, we're already getting into July, and it's already getting too hot for them. So I'm starting them at least 3 weeks earlier this year so that we can put them in the ground as soon as the chance of frost is over, or even a little bit before, and get something out of these plants this year that we haven't been able to do in the past successfully. Alrighty, so I am back. I'm going to just get my dirt, some moisture put into the dirt, and then I'll feed the trays. The other thing I'm going to be planting today is some Swiss chard. It's not a big seller, but I like it, so I will do that some. And if I take some to market, if it sells, it sells. If not, I will eat some of it myself. It's good for you. I also want to plant kale, but I couldn't find the seeds. I have to keep searching for them. Okay, I think that's wet enough. I will start filling up these trays. I'm probably going to need 2 trays today. These trays are from, gosh, it's a company up in New York, Never Sink Farms in New York. They're 72 wells per tray. And what I like about them is that the tray is extremely sturdy. So most of the other trays, they'll last you for 2-3 years, and then they start breaking, and you have to buy new trays. Now, yes, these trays cost a lot more, but I think they will last as long as I am farming. There's lots of sticks in here. I did not sift this dirt, so don't tell Ed. And the same thing with this, the outside wells do not get as much dirt, so I just press them lightly to make sure that after I start watering, the dirt doesn't soak all the way to the bottom, and you only have a third of the well filled with soil. So let me keep going at this. Like I said, I probably need 2 trays today, and I will let you see what I've done so far in a few minutes. I'm going to do 2 rows of red cabbage, 2 rows of green cabbage, and 2 rows of broccoli. And then over here, I'm going to do 3 rows of Swiss chard, and then I need to get some kale, and I'll do 3 rows of kale. So that's my plans for today. So let's get going here. So I'm going to do red cabbage first, and I forgot to ask Ed to make me some labels, so I just wrote them down, and then I will go have him make me some labels so that I know what's where. These are a little bit bigger seeds, so it's easier to see how many you have in a well, because you really only need 1 per well. You see it? I messed up already, because that's going to be green. And I got a good feeling that we're going to do well in our cabbage this year, because I'm starting them earlier. The big problem here in Kansas is that it is so windy and so hot. When we first put them in, a lot of times we lose a lot because of the wind. It really puts a lot of stress on those little plants when you put them out there, and all of a sudden they're getting hit with 50, 60 mile per hour winds. So hopefully they'll be a little bigger this year when they go out in the field, and then they will avoid most of that. Actually, I'm going to do 3 because I already messed up and put 3. So I'm going to do 3 3 and 3, and then do 3 broccoli and 3 Swiss chard. Okay, so got one there. And if 2 drop, that's okay. You can get rid of one. You can get rid of the smaller one when you plant. And you can try planting them both and see what happens. Okay, so those are the reds. Now let me do the greens. That's broccoli. There's the greens. Okay, so that I'm going to do the next 3. And after this, I want to go check the small house, the small tunnel, because I actually planted some radishes and more spinach and lettuce there last week. So the radishes might be up already because it's been pretty warm these past few days. So we'll see if that's happening. That'd be great. Farmers market starts here the first weekend in April. And usually, last year I did have radishes at that point. I did have spinach and the asparagus was a little delayed. I think I started with asparagus like the 3rd week in April. Hopefully they will come sooner this year. The year before that, we had asparagus by the 1st week. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is just slightly bury them, not too much. I actually like to just poke them down with a knife and then cover them a little bit. And these are a little easier to do than the tomato seeds because they're just a little bit bigger. And if it's already fallen in a little divot, then I just throw some dirt on top of it. We tried to plant them in the soil directly, but like I said, it gets too hot, so if you wait till the temperature outside is good enough to plant your seeds for cabbage, it's way too late by the time they start growing because it'll be way too hot. But like I said, this is new for me especially. I'm from New Jersey, so I lived in town. I grew up in more in the city type environment. So yes, when I had my own house, I did have like maybe a couple of tomato plants in the backyard, a couple of pepper plants, some snow peas and that kind of stuff. But that was about it. So coming here and doing this has been tremendously different for me, and it's been a huge learning curve. So, but I think every year I learn a little bit more, and every year it gets a little bit better. Sometimes with some things we have failure year after year, like with this, but I got good feelings for it this year. So this tray is just about done, and then I'll do the Swiss chard. Then I gotta look for my kale, because I do want to plant some kale. I like kale, and if you have gone to Olive Garden, there's that sausage and kale soup. I don't remember what the actual name of the soup is, but boy is it good. And I did do it last year for my own kale, and it was wonderful. So I want to do some more of that this year, and I do like them. I know some of you thinks it's gross, but I do like kale blend it with fruit in a shake. It tastes better than it looks. And in a salad, just chop it up small and put it in a salad. Fresh, uncooked kale. It's great. Okay, so that tray is done. Let me put my labels on. So red cabbage on this side and green cabbage on this side. And I've got 3 rows of each. Let me put that over there. And then I'll do 3 rows of Swiss chard, and I have a red one, and then I have one that is called I think it's called highlights. Where is it? No, you know what I'm gonna do? I didn't bring the highlight. Yeah, here it is. Yeah, it's called Bright Lights, and the stalk and the leaves are all different colors, but this one is just red. So I'm going to do some of these, and then do cabbage in the last 3 rows. And these are easy to push with your finger because they're so big. Excuse me. One there, one there. Yep, there's 2 there, so I will pull one out. That should be easy. They're nice big seeds. And there, and then I'm going to do the last row of Swiss chard with the highlights, which are multicolored ones. And as you can see, these are pelleted, so they have a coating, so they all kind of get uniform in size. And the reason we got these one year was because we were trying to use the cedar to do them directly outside, and I particularly didn't like it, so I said I will just do them inside. Okay, so that's it for that. And then in the last 3 rows, I'm going to do broccoli. And I particularly love broccoli. I would say broccoli is my favorite vegetable. Unfortunately, my dogs love broccoli too, so when they see me with a head of broccoli in the house, they go a little bonkers. And broccoli's good for your dog, so. So I'm almost done. This goes much quicker than oops, I got 2 there. That's okay. Okay. So that is that. So let me cover them up just a little bit. And like I said, these are, since they're big seeds, they're easy to just shove in the dirt and cover them up a little. Okay, so like the soil is moist, but it's not, it can probably use more water. So when I put them in my incubation chamber, I will add more water to the bottom trays. And I already added water to the trays that I had there from the previous, for my tomatoes and the onions that I planted yesterday. Make sure that this, no, that's not what I want. I don't want anything, just need to cover them. And the smaller the seed, the less dirt you want on them. And actually some seeds, if you read the package, says, you know, do not cover them at all. All these just need just a little bit of dirt on top of them. I can't remember what seed I planted last year that the package said do not cover them. Just let them sit on top of the soil. Okay, so that's it. So now I'm going to take these to the chamber and get them. Oh, but before I go, or else I'm not going to know what I have here. Broccoli on this side and Swiss chard on this side. Okay, so I'm going to shut you off. And it was great talking to you guys this morning. And like usual, come grow with us. All right, I wanted to show you guys something. Yesterday, I've been coming here every day and putting more water at the bottom of the pans. And I was looking in here, I'm putting water, and I don't know if you can see closely, but there is a tomato plant that germinated during the night because it was not up yesterday. And this is the BHN 589. Over here in the red deuce, I do not see anything yet. But down here in the Maxiford, that's what they're called. This is the rootstock, and you can see right there that little seed is germinating. It's up above the ground, up above the dirt, but I can see it has a little bit of root on it. It's starting to sprout. Here's another one, and there's another one. And there's another one. So they are starting to come up. So I put the lights on. Time for the grow lights to come on. But that is pretty exciting. Now, obviously, like they said, people, from what we have learned, they did say the rootstock might germinate a little faster than the regular ones. And that's why we did 2 different stages. So this is a day older than this tray. And this one, like I said, I only see one. And over here, I see probably maybe 10 to 15% of the tray germinating. And up here, on the red deuce, I don't see anything. On the one over here, like I said, I only saw one. So I hope these start getting going because we need them both at around the same size to be able to graft them. Okay. So that is all the news for today. I did the onions yesterday, so they take a little bit, so they won't be up yet. But I put the ones down here, which are the chard, the broccoli, the cabbage. They are not on heating mats, but they will get heat from the mats that are above them. And since this is enclosed, some of the heat will stay in there. So that is it for today.